ganar un torneo de Copa Colchanitas es un gran desafío, pero retener el título, defenderlo, es otro. ¿Cómo está la preparación y cómo se siente para esta aventura que arranca ya?
Sobrang di ko pa mapaniwala. Maraming salamat sa suporta. Sana patuloy
So I'm
yung support.
sure looking forward to play against Alex because we played in Osaka.
For United States, especially the juniors, I think it's a great opportunity to be exposed to this level and this small.
Untouchable. Alex Eala silences pop star Sarah Geronimo after shocking Rich Kid attack, then destroys her rival in ultimate revenge performance. Welcome back to Champions Tennisistics, the only channel where we don't just cover tennis. We cover the truth behind the headlines, the drama behind the baseline, and the stories that make this beautiful sport so much more than just a game. Before we get into the most jaw-dropping, career-defining moment in Philippine tennis history, we need to take a second to celebrate something absolutely incredible. We have officially smashed through the 4,000 subscriber barrier. 4,000 of you incredible tennis fanatics have joined the Champions Tennisistics family. And honestly, we are just getting started. You are the fuel that keeps this channel firing on all cylinders, and we couldn't be more grateful. If you're new here, welcome to the squad. Grab your popcorn, settle in, and get ready for a story that has everything: celebrity drama, redemption, controversy, and some of the most electrifying tennis you'll see all year. Now, let's dive into the chaos. This week, the worlds of entertainment and sports collided in the most spectacular, messy, and absolutely unforgettable way possible. We're talking about a confrontation that allegedly went down between Philippine tennis superstar Alex Eala and pop icon Sarah Geronimo. A showdown so intense that it has the entire nation picking sides and the internet absolutely exploding with opinions. Picture this: a VIP room somewhere in Manila. The air is thick with tension. Celebrities mingling, small talk happening, the usual glamorous scene. And then, out of nowhere, a voice cuts through the polite chatter like a knife through butter. According to multiple reports and eyewitness accounts that have been circulating like wildfire, that voice belonged to none other than Sarah Geronimo, and what she allegedly said has ignited a firestorm that won't be extinguished anytime soon. The accusation? That Alex Eala, the pride of Philippine tennis, the girl who has represented the red, white, blue, and yellow on the biggest stages in the world, only achieved her success because mommy and daddy opened their wallets. That's right. Sarah allegedly dismissed every drop of sweat, every tear shed on foreign clay courts, every lonely night spent thousands of miles away from home, and reduced Alex's incredible journey to nothing more than privilege and money. But it didn't stop there. Reports suggest Sarah went even further, questioning Alex's loyalty to the Philippines, insinuating that she abandoned her homeland to chase fame and fortune in the United States and Europe. The implication was clear: you're not one of us anymore. You're a sellout. You're a rich kid playing a rich kid's game. Now, let's pause for a second and really let that sink in. Alex Eala has been carrying the weight of an entire nation's tennis dreams on her shoulders since she was practically a child. She left her family at an incredibly young age to train at the Rafa Nadal Academy in Spain. She endured the grueling junior circuit, battling homesickness, language barriers, and opponents who wanted nothing more than to crush her dreams. She won the US Open Girls Doubles title in 2021. She followed that up with the French Open Girls Singles Championship in 2022, becoming the first Filipino to ever accomplish that feat. She captured bronze at the Asian Games, putting the Philippines on the tennis map in a way that had never been done before. And in 2024, she broke into the top 100 in the WTA rankings, then climbed all the way to the top 50, proving that she belongs among the elite players in the world. And someone had the audacity to call that privilege? Money can buy a lot of things. It can buy a nice racket. It can buy court time. It can buy flights to tournaments. But money cannot buy heart. Money cannot buy the ability to stare down match point and find a way to win. Money cannot buy the mental toughness required to lose in the first round, get back on a plane, fly to another country, and do it all over again the next week. That is earned. That is forged in the fire of competition. That is the result of sacrifice that most people will never understand. So when Eala heard those words, when she heard her entire life's work reduced to a bank account, something inside her snapped. And honestly, can you blame her? For years, we've known Alex as the sweet, humble, soft-spoken champion. We've seen her give gracious interviews. We've watched her thank her family, her coaches, her supporters with genuine warmth. But even the kindest, most patient person has a breaking point. And this was hers. According to witnesses, Alex absolutely lost it. She fired back with a fury that shocked everyone in the room. The exact words are still being debated, but the essence was clear. How dare you? How dare you diminish what I've worked for? How dare you question my love for my country? The confrontation was raw, emotional, and completely unfiltered. It was the moment the polite facade shattered, and we saw a young woman defending her honor, her career, and her identity. The room reportedly went silent. People didn't know where to look. This wasn't just a celebrity spat. This was personal. This was deep. This touched on issues that resonate far beyond tennis courts and concert stages. It's about the toxic criticism that Filipino athletes who train abroad face constantly. It's about the impossible standard where you're expected to win international titles, but somehow do it without leaving the country. It's about jealousy masked as patriotism. It's about people who have never competed at an elite level questioning the choices of those who have. Social media erupted immediately. Team Alex versus Team Sarah. Hashtags trending. Think pieces being written. Everyone had an opinion. Some defended Sarah, saying she was just pointing out uncomfortable truths about inequality in sports. Others rallied behind Alex, arguing that her success should be celebrated, not questioned. The debate raged on, and it's still raging today. But here's where this story takes an absolutely incredible turn. Because while everyone else was arguing on Twitter and Facebook, while the tabloids were churning out clickbait headlines, while the gossip columns were having a field day, Eala did what true champions do. She channeled every ounce of that rage, that hurt, that frustration, and she took it to the only place that really matters. The tennis court. The timing couldn't have been more perfect or more pressure-packed. Because this week marked the inaugural Philippine Women's Open, the first ever WTA tournament held on Philippine soil. This was historic. This was groundbreaking. For years, Filipino tennis fans had to watch their heroes compete on television, in distant countries, at ungodly hours because of time zone differences. But now, finally, world-class professional tennis was coming home. And Eala was the face of it all. The pressure was already immense before any of this drama unfolded. Playing at home is always a double-edged sword. On one hand, you have the support of thousands of fans who want nothing more than to see you succeed. On the other hand, you're carrying their expectations, their hopes, their dreams. One bad match, and you're not just disappointing yourself, you're disappointing an entire nation. Now add to that mix the emotional turmoil of a very public confrontation with one of the biggest celebrities in the country. Most athletes would crumble under that weight. Eala is not most athletes. She arrived at the Rizal Memorial Sports Complex with something to prove. She had already faced criticism earlier in the season after an early exit at the Australian Open. The whispers had started again. Maybe she's not ready for the top level. Maybe last year was a fluke. Maybe the pressure is getting to her. The doubters were circling, and now they had fresh ammunition thanks to the Sarah Geronimo incident. But champions don't make excuses. Champions respond. And respond she did. Her opening matches were solid, professional victories that showed she meant business. But it was the round of 16 that truly revealed what was brewing inside Eala. Her opponent was Himino Sakitsum from Japan, and if that name sounds familiar, there's a very good reason. 3 years ago, these two players faced each other at a WTA 250 tournament in Osaka. That match was a nightmare for Alex. Sakitsum didn't just win. She dominated. She steamrolled. The final score was 6-love, 6-3. It was the kind of loss that stays with you, that haunts you, that makes you wake up in the middle of the night replaying points in your head. Me versus me. That's the ultimate truth in tennis. Yes, there's an opponent across the net. Yes, there are thousands of people watching. Yes, there are critics and supporters and everyone in between. But ultimately, tennis is a battle with yourself. It's about managing your emotions, controlling your thoughts, executing your game plan, and not letting the pressure break you. Alex understands that at a deep level, and it's one of the reasons she's going to have a long and successful career. But now, the celebration has to be put on hold, because the road ahead gets significantly tougher. Alex is through to the quarterfinals, and on Thursday evening, she faces her most challenging test yet. Her opponent is Camila Osorio from Colombia, and this is going to be a war. Osorio is not just talented, she's dangerous. She's 23 years old, ranked in the top 100, and she plays with a fire and intensity that has already won over Filipino fans during this tournament. She's quick, she's aggressive, she extends rallies, and she never gives up on a point. She will make Alex hit one more ball, then another, then another. She will test Alex's fitness, her patience, and her mental fortitude. What makes this matchup even more intriguing is that they've never played each other before. There's no match history to study, no patterns to recognize, no comfort zone to fall back on. This will be pure adaptation. This will be chess at 100 miles per hour. Whoever adjusts faster, whoever figures out the puzzle first, whoever stays calmer in the big moments, that's who will advance to the semifinals. The match is scheduled for 7 in the evening on center court, and the atmosphere is going to be absolutely electric. Imagine thousands of passionate Filipino fans, all of them willing Alex forward, all of them trying to give her every ounce of energy they can. The noise will be deafening. The pressure will be immense. But pressure is what creates diamonds, and Eala has been forged in the fires of international competition. A win on Thursday puts her one match away from the finals. One match away from potentially winning the first ever Philippine WTA title on home soil. Can you imagine the poetic justice of that? Can you imagine Alex lifting that trophy in front of her countrymen, proving once and for all that she didn't abandon the Philippines, she elevated it? That would be the ultimate response to Sarah Geronimo. That would silence every single critic. That would cement her legacy not just as a talented player, but as a national hero. Alex is ready for the challenge, she said. I'm going into it with the same motivation that I had heading into the past 2 matches and the same focus. I haven't had time to prepare really for that one because I just finished this last one. But yeah, I'm excited, motivated, and focused. That's the mindset you want to hear. No overconfidence. No underestimating the opponent. Just calm, focused determination. She knows what's at stake. She knows this is the biggest match of her young career. And she's embracing it. This entire saga has revealed something important about Eala. We've always known she's talented. We've always known she's dedicated. But this week, we learned that she's also tough. She's resilient. She's willing to stand up for herself when attacked. She's capable of channeling negativity into fuel. Those are the intangibles that separate good players from great ones, that separate promising careers from legendary ones. Think about the greats of the sport. Think about Serena Williams dealing with racism and sexism throughout her career and responding by winning 23 Grand Slam titles. Think about Rafael Nadal being told his game was too physical, that he'd never last, and then grinding his way to 22 majors. Think about Novak Djokovic being dismissed early in his career as just another talented player who would never catch Federer and Nadal, and then surpassing both of them. What do all of these champions have in common? They used doubt as motivation. They turned criticism into fuel. They let their rackets do the talking. That's exactly what Eala is doing right now. She's not engaging in a war of words with Sarah Geronimo. She's not writing angry social media posts. She's not holding press conferences to defend herself. She's letting her tennis speak. And right now, her tennis is screaming. Camila Osorio is a formidable opponent, no question. She's experienced, she's confident, and she's playing great tennis. But she's not carrying the weight of a nation on her shoulders. She's not dealing with the emotional aftermath of a public confrontation with a celebrity. She's not facing the pressure of being the face of a historic tournament in her home country. Alex is dealing with all of that and more. And if she can channel it, if she can use it as fuel instead of letting it become a burden, she will be unstoppable. The tactical battle will be fascinating. Osorio likes to dictate play from the baseline, using her speed to retrieve balls and extend rallies. She's comfortable in long, grinding exchanges. Alex, on the other hand, is at her best when she's aggressive, when she's taking the ball early and hitting winners. The key for Alex will be to shorten the points, to not get drawn into long rallies where Osorio's conditioning becomes a factor. She needs to be the aggressor. She needs to take control early and never let go. Mentally, Alex has the advantage. She's playing at home. She has the crowd behind her. She's coming off a statement win against Sakitsum. Her confidence should be sky high. But she also needs to manage her emotions. The anger from the Sarah Geronimo incident fueled her in the last match. But if she lets it consume her, if she becomes too emotional, it could backfire. She needs to find that perfect balance between passion and composure, between fire and ice. One thing is certain, this match is going to be must-see television. The drama, the stakes, the quality of tennis, it all adds up to what could be one of the defining moments of Alex's career. If she wins, she's in the semifinals of her home tournament, one step closer to immortality. If she loses, the critics will pounce, the doubters will say she choked under pressure, and the narrative will shift dramatically. But we're not betting against Eala. Not after what we've seen this week. Not after she's shown us that she's more than just a talented tennis player. She's a fighter. She's a warrior. She's someone who refuses to let anyone define her worth or question her journey. The confrontation with Sarah Geronimo, whether it was exactly as reported or embellished by the tabloids, clearly struck a nerve. It exposed the raw emotions that lie beneath Alex's composed exterior. It revealed that she's human, that she has feelings, that she can be hurt by words. But it also showed us that she knows how to respond. Not with more words, not with more drama, but with action, with results, with excellence. This is a story that transcends tennis. It's about class and elitism, about nationalism and globalization, about dreams and sacrifices. It's about a young woman who dared to chase greatness and is now dealing with the consequences, both positive and negative. It's about the impossible standards we place on our athletes, expecting them to be superhuman on the court and perfect off it. As we count down to Thursday's quarterfinal, the tension is building. The entire nation is watching. The tennis world is tuning in. And Eala is preparing to write the next chapter of her incredible story. Will it be a fairy tale, ending with a home tournament victory? Or will the pressure prove too much? We're about to find out. But regardless of what happens on Thursday, one thing is already clear. Eala has proven that she belongs. She's proven that she can handle pressure. She's proven that she can silence her critics with her racket. She's proven that the girl who left the Philippines as a child is coming back as a champion. The journey isn't over. In fact, it feels like it's just beginning. But what a beginning it's been. From the drama of the VIP room to the triumph on the court, from the accusations of privilege to the bagel handed out in revenge, this has been one of the most compelling weeks in Philippine sports history. So what do you think, champions? Was Alex right to confront Sarah Geronimo? Should athletes who train abroad be criticized for leaving their home countries? And most importantly, do you think Alex can beat Camila Osorio and continue her magical run at the Philippine Women's Open? We want to hear from you. Drop your thoughts, your predictions, your hot takes in the comments below. Let's get a conversation going. This community is all about passionate tennis discussion, and we want your voice to be heard. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of the most dramatic stories of the year, do us a huge favor and smash that like button. It really helps the algorithm show this video to more tennis fans. And if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. We're on a mission to reach 5,000 subscribers, and we want you to be part of this journey. We're building something special here at Champions Tennisitics, and every single subscriber matters. We'll be back with more coverage of the Philippine Women's Open, breaking down every match, every upset, every dramatic moment. Because that's what we do here. We don't just report the scores. We tell the stories. We dig deeper. We give you the context and the analysis that you can't find anywhere else. Until next time, keep your eye on the ball. Never let anyone tell you that you didn't earn your success. And remember that champions aren't born, they're forged in the fires of adversity. Eala is showing us exactly what that looks like. This is Champions Tennisitics, and we'll see you in the next one.
Ganar un torneo de Copa Colchanitas es un gran desafío, pero retener el título, defenderlo, eso es todo. ¿Cómo está la preparación y cómo se siente para esta aventura que arranca ya muy pronto acá?
Excited about the games?
Oh, excited naman, syempre. Ang haba ng biyahe mulang Spain, but I'm so excited to be here. Excited
Well, I'm so looking forward to play against Alex because we played in Osaka before, like two.
Kamusta mga kapong Pinoy? Surprise! Excited na akong imbitahin kayong lahat na manood sa mga laban ko sa Mubadala Abu Dhabi Open.